and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny, and today we're actually not in Silken Shore this time. We are in Sunkiss. So this is a hood that I've been playing by myself for quite a while, and I'm pretty sure I'm just wrapping up playing it because, as you can see, I'm starting to get a bit of issues here. I've had this for a long time. I've removed and added custom content since, and it's just starting to be quite crashy. So I wanted to make a video to kind of show where I'm at, so that I can refer to this later if I kind of miss it in the future, you know, that kind of thing. So the main hood is Sunkiss, and I have some sub-hoods in here. We got an assortment of families with some storylines of their own, and I'm not gonna read through all of their storylines, but whenever I just want to showcase the families and stuff in here, and I'm gonna leaf through the neighborhood stories so that you can read them and pause them if you want to. So the basic idea behind this was that I started with this character, Willow Sacker, and she joined and she moved into Sunkiss. And, that's kind of how things got rolling. And I've been playing this for 5 rotations, and it's been a lot of fun. Oh, Grace. Grace is one of the default dogs, and I love her so much. Yeah, there's been a lot of comings and goings with various different things, and this is kind of what spurred the interest for me to make a YouTube channel in the first place for The Sims 2, because I wanted to keep showing and like playing through this kind of thing. And yeah, the last thing that happened really in here was a giant fire in which happened because I tried to see if some of the characters were corrupted or if it was the entire hood, but it seems like it's way too extensive for me to know how to fix. So alas, it is what it is. We have a variety of plots here. We have the Church of the Watcher, inspired by The Sims Medieval. This is the cemetery, and there's a park. City Hall. Oh gosh, I loved City Hall so much. The Education Center. There's just a lot of skill building items. Sacker Snacks is the grocer. Stitch Up. This is the clothier, and then we have a post office. Oh gosh, I love that post office as well. Cuts is the hair cutting place. Then we got a couple of renting places for rent. I'm just gonna show off some of the other places too. Let's see. For downtowns, we have one downtown, Oasis Flats, and then we have a shopping district, Ladywood. Ladywood is kind of like has some families living in it, whereas Oasis Flats is just a downtown because I needed one, and the rest of the places are just a default. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna see if I can load the families, and then if I can't, then if the game crashes, it crashes. And yes, the game is unresponsive right now. It's perfect, right? Just as I wanted. Perfect. I am hoping that this isn't what happens with Silken Shore, but I don't think I'm gonna be adding any more custom content. If anything, I might be removing custom content in an effort so that this doesn't happen in the future. This seems to be taking a while. It's still not responding. So we may not be able to look at the families. If we can't... Oh, there it is. Yeah. So Willow married Neil, Neil was one of the default Sims. They have like a dog and a child. They have 2 kids actually. Their first child, Natalie, is the first Sim who literally just left for university. Which is annoying. I would have loved to play multiple generations, but there's just many families that just won't load anymore. Or won't load consistently. Many families have like a 50-50 chance or 25% chance to load at this point. And if they load, they crash after a while, so it's unfortunate. If I knew more about how to troubleshoot it, I'd be doing more about it, but unfortunately that's not the case. Anyway, the Sackers are the most... they're not like super bougie, but they are doing quite well for themselves. This used to be Natalie's room over here. The pink one. Here. They would have had space for one more kid, which I would have had them have, but I don't know if I can keep playing this. I'll keep trying, you know, but if I can't, then I can't. Just gonna show you the... I'm gonna show you the family trees in the family tree app, because I did do them there as well. Again, mostly these videos are for me to be able to kind of see what I did in the past and reminisce, I guess, in the future. Gosh. It's simple but nice. Let's see. If I could get Willow up, we could go see Sacker Snacks, the premier food establishment. Let's see. Oh, and she's gonna be an elder in 10 days. She would have had time for just one more kid, I think. Oh. Change into everyday, please, thank you. Walk to lot, community lot. Oh, sorry, I just now realized that in the beginning I said 5 rotations. So, I mean 5 years each of 4 rotations. Sorry, I confused myself a little bit there. Let's see. Oh gosh, the tunes. They're getting me. So this is Sacker Snacks. This was built before I had a lot of the custom content that I have now. There's a lot of space in the back. I'm imagining these are like warehouses, you know, for the grocery. Let me just look at this in better lighting for a bit. Oh. I love it so much. That's their house. As you can see, I still have this problem. It seems like whenever I put like a shallow eave to a roof like this, it just deletes the front wall. It doesn't matter what I do with it, it just happens every time. It's unfortunate. Anyway, what I actually wanted to show was their like story mode. I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna leaf through all of these. This is how it started. Oh, it was so bad. Oh, and she lived in the apartments. That's where she met Neil Chalmers. Oh yeah. So I have ACR installed. Thankfully, there's the blur, but I've been trying to document the family growing. It's been so nice. Oh yeah, that's so there was a bit of a cheating scandal, and in the back you can see the best cuisine. That's my I created the best cuisine in here. She's had quite a time, and Neil had a kid with the best cuisine. His name is Garbant Cuisine. Oh, Garbant is probably my favorite name. Let's see. There's a couple of teenage drama, of course. But then there's teenage love, another kid. Oh, Natalie doesn't like it. Yeah, it's just Walter growing up to a kid. But yeah, I'm not gonna save this. I'm just gonna show you some other households, or leave through their stories quickly so that I can go on a bit of a nostalgia trip myself. It's kind of bittersweet. But again, I've been having trouble with this for about a week of solid trying to figure it out, but no. I've done everything that I could have thought of, and I've had a lot of people on Discord. Thank you so much for OSAB's Discord for helping me try to diagnose the problems. But no dice, unfortunately. This is my other favorite household. These are the Garmont family. Oma Garmont, she moved in. She's the owner of the clothing shop. She and her wife, they have a kid named Omer Garmont, and I think I was planning on them to have a second child, but I'm also kind of trying not to force everyone to have a lot of kids, because that's just going to lead into population explosion. And I'd rather have a variety of unrelated households than a huge amount of very related households. So I'm allowing for like second kids and whatever, but I'm trying to keep it like an heir and a spare situation, if you know what I mean. And then the heirs ideally marry into the other family spares. And oh, in this family I decided to cheat, and the kid is genetically both of theirs. Oh, and I had such plans of increasing the house. Oh, and they had a cat named Stitch. Oh, and the second cat named Pins. Aww. Omer and Pins, besties for life. This is great. Let me show you the Stitch up as well. If I can walk there. Yeah, just go alone. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have any work today, do you? No. Also, I'm not gonna care about their needs right now, because I'm not above cheating in this save. That's fine. When it comes to like needs and stuff. This save is a lot more casual, loose than the other one. But just have such a soft spot for everyone here. They've been with me for quite a while now, if you can tell. For example, Oma was the first lesbian sim to be randomized into the hood. So this is her fashion shop. It's quite small, but again, they don't have like shit tons of money quite yet. This isn't like... They have quite a lot of money, but... And it is a rank 10. But... Yeah, we have some gowns and some other stuff. Everything is pretty expensive here, because I'm trying to make the Sims lose a lot of money if I can. I like it when they're not doing super well. So whenever a Sim of mine has an establishment, I am going to make them more expensive. Also, if the like the if the shop is something that sells stuff that is worth a lot of money, it's I prefer to have the challenge of selling the things. Like, sure, I could sell like 10 things that are worth a lot of money, but that would again make it a bit too easy for me. I don't know. I think, like, for example, the food in Sucker Snacks is way cheaper than it probably should. But let's see if I can open some of the other ones. So I'm trying to go in an order of my trust in the family's opening. Let's see, who do I trust the next one? I just added the goodies to the rotation, so I haven't actually done anything with them yet. I just got started on building their house, and even that's not complete, so I'm not gonna go there. The Harrises, as you can see, there's some suspectness of them. The Carsons, Matthew Smith actually married into the Carson family, and the Carson family's son is the one who owns Cuts, the hairdresser. And he's been constantly crashing, so I don't trust him at all. The Hound family, this Bamber Hound, he only exists here, right? To repopulate the pets of the hood, if that makes sense. So I play him whenever I need new puppies or kittens or whatever. So that's what he's here for. He's not really played, per se. I guess... Let's see... The Gavigans I haven't added in yet either. They're another bin family, I think. I'm pretty sure. I haven't. They were supposed to be added properly into the rotation the beginning of next year. So I have just allowed them to like be here and make friends, but I haven't been playing with them. So I guess I have to choose between Harris and Carson. I trust the Harrises a little bit more than Carson. And you can see there's a little bit of a issue here. But yeah, I've been deleting all of the files that I need to delete, try to refresh this, but this keeps happening, so I just at some point it's just I can't be doing that all the time. But hey, they loaded. That's good. I'm gonna pause because I don't fully have trust in this household to not crash if I play in it. But yeah, this was one of the families that I also added in quite the beginning parts of this, I think. And it was just a trio. Gorm Harris was the quote-unquote founder of the household. And he has a kid and his son and his daughter. And they run the post office. At that time I still wasn't yet properly filling these in, so you don't see all of the texts. This family's had some drama, let me tell you. So Matilda married with Harris. And there was an alien pregnancy with twins, Cyrus and Jericho. And a lot of these are just about the kids growing up. Turns out there was a little bit of a switcheroo. So there was a split, and Matilda went on the honeymoon anyway. Found new love on the honeymoon, to split up with this and the kids, and there's just been a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going on. I really liked having a big family, and that's been quite chaotic to play with. But Gorn was the first sim ever to die in Sunkiss. And that was a thing. So it's just been about Mary and Jericho and Cyrus, and again the teen drama, but from another perspective. It's been cute. Oh yeah, the tobacco mod. Jericho autonomously got and did that. Mary's friends with Omer Gourmand. We already went to see Omer. And there's a whole werewolf sub-story going on in the hood right now. That we might get into. But you can probably see in another family. Let's see. I'm not gonna save either. I don't trust them. I just don't trust them. So I think what I'm actually gonna do, I'm pretty sure that the rest of the families will load. But I know that Carson is, this family is one that does a lot of crashing. I don't know why. So this household, this entire building is new because I've been trying to move them out and enough households to try to, like houses, to try to see if the crashes were related to the buildings. So this is an entirely new building. As you can see, I haven't really gone and done much with it yet. But this would be the elder cares of the hood. So, that being said, his storyline, he's like a secondary character in the storyline at best. But I'm gonna show you what's going on. So, the family started with, again, a dad and his daughter and his son. And the son is a hairdresser, the daughter is a mortician. And they weren't doing super well in the beginning. The daughter found a boyfriend that was quite old for him, but they did make up with it. There's this whole ass thing. The son is a bit of a player. Eventually proposed to the best cuisine and moved out. Daughter got pregnant, had a kid. All kinds of stuff, shenanigans. I just love taking pictures of the grandpa trying to interact. And then the death, of course, because he was very old. Here's the werewolf storyline, of course. Matthew got bit, and he's been infecting people with the werewolf disease ever since. His daughter grew up, and then there was the house fire that killed both his daughter and his wife. So he's now alone. Unless he can bring either of them back. And he is a werewolf. So he's basically like the... I'm gonna try to save this just in case something goes wrong. He's basically the werewolf alpha. Kind of. Well, not really alpha. He's like a patient number one. A patient zero, I guess, of the scourge. Let's see. I'm amazed that we haven't crashed so far. I'm just saying, like this like never happens. But if somehow the game's been fixed, I'll of course keep playing it, but off screen. Let's see. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna briefly show you Oasis Flats. We're not gonna go into anything here, but I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. Because I've been detailing everything a little bit at a time. Sunkiss is probably my most detailed. It is my most detailed area. But you can kind of see where I've started to block things out in Oasis Flats. There's only a couple of places there's only one place really in here to go. So there's these, aside from these nightlife townhouses that are just here for basically decoration's sake. There's one location here that's the bowl and breakfast. So it's a bowling alley, there's a little bit of a restaurant, and actually let me show you. Why not? Or here, might as well. I don't think this will take a long time to load. So it's basically just a teeny tiny hotel and a bowling alley and a little restaurant. Because I was trying to remind myself how the restaurants worked. And Sims kept asking each other, like calling each other to go downtown. But I didn't have anywhere for them to go, so this is the place. It's very colorful. As you can see, I took quite a bit of liberties. And then this is kind of styled as a kind of sleazy motel, where Sims can enjoy the night for a night, if you know what I mean. The restaurant, oh, this is where Crester Carson and a lot of the other people have been coming to do karaoke. Oh gosh. It's so nostalgic. I don't know. I hope it keeps working. I keep saying that, but I really do hope so. Oh, why did I go back here? Oh, there's one more family. I forgot. Well, I just added last season, I just added the Deuce family. Their house is a disaster. But they're the first family that moved in that didn't actually have any kind of like a local business to deal with. And they're just living here for funsies. Basically because I wanted to make sure I had an additional teenager or two in the rotation, because I could see that I needed some new family members. So their story is very short in comparison. Oh yeah, Marissa used to have her hair up. But yeah. Nothing too interesting going on. Both the dad of the family, Mason, he's been he used to go out with Crester Carson as well at some point, but he hasn't been doing that for a while. And their house is it's kind of inspired by that One Night Life like townhouse as well, where I was planning on having a second floor here, but they haven't been able to afford it yet, so it's a bit of a disaster. But you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it do be like that. I do want to show you the shopping area still before I head to like my family tree app. Oh, nope, not that one. Oops. So Ladywood is the first addition that I made into this place. Because it was mostly made because I wanted to... Oh, did I show you the cooks? Did I not show you the cooks? Oh gosh, this is all in the incorrect order. So I wanted to add the best cuisine, the arch nemesis of Julian Cook. And I wanted her to own this restaurant, Zesties. But it turns out that it's really fucking difficult to run an actual like big restaurant just alone with your sim. So she just lost money basically. So she ended up selling the restaurant and having a very interesting life. There's also a skate park in here. It's just a box with skating stuff. There's a fairground that I never got around building. You can kind of see that I was torn between having like an event space in here, or I wasn't quite sure. I think I still want to do like a medieval fair vibe thing. I got some apartments that I made. And then I have this is one of my favorite things, like this is built by Fuzzy Spork, and this is a gas station. It's just a no custom content gas station that I've altered. I also really like these parking lots that I've downloaded from The Sims as well. Highly recommend. I think they just bring a lot of like a little bit of something something. Let me actually check who they were by. Oh, it doesn't say. Why would you do this? Anyway, if you search for parking lot and mod The Sims, you'll find them. There's only two families living here. The Lime family, they own the gas station, and then the Best Cuisines family, with Cressor Corson in it, because he proposed. Remember? So they've had their romance as well. The best has been probably... No, I don't know. I've liked the Sackers and the Harrises and the Cooks and the best. They've been like my favorite 4 families of this entire place. And for good reason. So the Best Cuisine is a sim that is mentioned in one of the Bin family's like biographies. The Julian Cook. He's like the best is like Julian's rival, I guess. So I just made her in, and she randomized as a romance sim, so that's what I made her. She's had many paramours throughout her life, and she's had many children by many different men. Our latest 2 kids, Cretscher and Frenchy Cuisine, are from Crester Corson. But the other 2 are... Delish is from this random sim that she was in the same apartment with, and Garbant Cuisine is Neil Sacker's kid as well, of course. Let's just go through their stuff as well. Again, I'm just gonna scroll through these, and feel free to pause if you want to read them. Here I've been kind of... I wasn't even sure at some point who the dad was for each of them, because I was playing muted, so it was kind of interesting to see how that turns out. And most of her kids were had when I was still trying to figure out ACR settings, so her risky woohoo percentage was quite high. Yeah, and there's some teen drama again. And the marriage, of course, very happy occasion for a romance sim, of course. Oh yeah, and Delish bought a box of hair dye from the gas station, and it was it sure was something. Not everyone's home right now. But yeah, I just want to show you Garbant. He's a fantastic creature. Anyway. Other than that... yeah, Delish Cuisine... I love that they're like friends within like she's friends with Natalie Sacker and Jericho Harris and Omar Garmant. And all of them have kind of like cross family friendships. And I think it's so good. Ugh. This is why I really like doing rotational play. It's just the families just kind of knit together in a beautiful way. I just hope this save keeps working. I'm not sure it will, honestly. I'm especially concerned about the Carsons because the last time I played with them, I had to reload the lot like 5 times in a row, and it crashed after like 10 minutes-ish or less of play each time. So that's not ideal. Oh yeah, and this family is kind of weird. So I went kind of crazy here. Crystal Lime is the head of this household. She owns the Triumph gas station. And she made a servo, and then it's weird. It looks horrible in the family tree app because the servo is both tagged as her partner and also her like creator, like no, the Anyway, it's just so cursed. But yeah, here's Ty Lime. And there's Alpha 1, Beautiful, and Crystal, and Diamond. Oh yeah, they named their kid Diamond. Ah, it's fun. This is just a house that came in with nightlife. I haven't really done anything for it. This is the one that's like my favorite, or was my favorite when I was a kid. I just love this one so much. But yeah, this family has been quite a bit of fun as well. Though they are newer. They are very much newer. Yeah, sometimes a family is you, your spouse, your robot spouse, your dog, and your future child. They had like a polycule thing going on, which was interesting. Though they've recently had quite a bit of drama. I think I haven't set up the ACR stuff correctly because this has been a disaster. But oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think I still didn't show the cooks, so I'm gonna do that. That's like the last thing that I'm gonna do. Sorry about being so scattered. My mind is all over the place because I still keep thinking about all the ways that I could, like, maybe save this. But oh well. Oh well. Can't fix them all, am I right? Though it does seem that now, for some reason, everyone is loading, so that's something. It's just Carson is being difficult. So, this is Julian Cook. And he owns Cookies. It's a bakery / catering business, I think. Because we also sell those like catering tables and stuff. And also coffee and tea and that kind of thing. So my plotline for Julian was that, because the best cuisine like stole his prize-winning recipe, he had to reinvent himself and he became a baker instead. And that's what he's been doing. This is probably my favorite house out of the ones that I've built in the save. And that's weird to say because there's a lot of like issues with it as well. I think it's partially because it's just been a lot of fun playing here. The rooms feel like they're the right size, they're in the right places. It hasn't caused like trouble at any point. There's plenty of space. Like there's some weird rooms, right? Because there's like this pet room and then there's this pet room, and it's kind of like a disaster, but it's not. I think a big part of why I like this is Grace. I have a weird, well, not really a weird. I have like a real fondness for Grace specifically out of the pre-made pets, because she reminds me of a dog we had when I was younger. So we've been keeping Grace alive. Grace has been here ever since. She starts as an elder dog, and then you can adopt her in the game. And we've been using all our points keeping Grace alive, basically. Nothing else. Well, there's been this, the smart milk as well. But the family is Julian Cook. He has a mustache now, and he's about to become an elder. You can kind of see that he has the default face going on, whereas a lot of my other Sims have. Holly is also a Sim that we acquired from a holiday, I think. I think Holly was a holiday Sim. Or from a vacation world. I'm pretty sure. With the kids Julia, Hazel, and Connie Cook. Oh, God, I like this family too. I love them so much. Yeah, I kind of thought that maybe Zebest, like in the history, like Zebest and Julian, maybe they like had kind of a bit of a love affair as well. Maybe, I don't know. But that's kind of what I played into when I started with Julian. But yeah, and you can really see that I wasn't paying as much attention to the texts yet when I started playing. There's Willow. She's not having a great time. Oh. Oh, the first death of of Grace. She was brought back later by the genie magics. Oh yeah, Julia and Potato have been... Potato's their pet. Like, oh. And there's the kids! Oh! Everyone, it's beautiful. The penguin is weirdly high detail. Has anyone else noticed that? Like, in comparison to a lot of the other things in this game? Oh yeah, and Julia had like a whole edgy phase. The teenage drama, again, from a different perspective. Hazel has a weird mouth. I don't know. Oh yeah, and this was ACR's Risky Woohoo going at it again with Connie. I was not expecting to have another kid here, but there she is. It's been so much fun. Oh, let me show you the family trees. Alright, and here we are at the My Family Tree app. As you can see, I've done like a similar thing for them as I've done for a lot of the other... well, the same I've done in Silken Shore as well. And I've just been gathering the family trees. And I haven't been keeping up with them as much as I probably should. But I've got some stuff. For example, this one is a fun one. If we go from Jan Carson and we can kind of see all this big one. And then another good one is actually Garbant. If we go look at Garbants. So this is why I really prefer using this app over the in-game one. It's a lot easier to kind of go through them and shuffle them, especially if you're like, I don't know, if you have a bigger family, let's say. For example, that's a fun thing I can do. So if I go to Garbant, I can set him as the primary person for a while, so it says his name here. And then if I go to Carlia and maybe Jane, it says what the relationship to Garbant is. That can be very convenient, especially if later on I want to check up, like multiple generations down, I want to check up if people are related. It kind of does it automatically without me having to like search for them. If I want to consider stuff like marriages or whatever. Niece of the father, adoptive of Garbant cuisine. So, that helps a lot with genealogy management. And here you can see the sheet that I've been holding up for this family, or this for Sunkiss in general. So I've done the second, I've done the first bit of the 5th year for Zachary and Carson already. And the next one I would be going to play is Harris, but they kind of crashed out for me a couple of times in a row yesterday evening, so I don't know. I seem to be able to load it just fine now. So, I'll keep trying. And if it just peters out, maybe you'll get another update from me in a year from now on it, or in a couple of years going like, hey, here's my another, like, family Sunkiss update. But yeah, I haven't been as good about keeping their things here. And we have one person going to university in Arcadia Peak. And here's our list of deceased. Rest in peace. So we have... oh, these are These are all weird. It's supposed to be here. Yes. Yes. Like this. Oh. Like this. Yeah. So I have a Gorm Harris. He was the founder of his family. And we've had some pets that died. Oh, Stitch. Bonkers. Heidi. And why is this like this? This is supposed to be like this. Yes. Jan was also elder, old age. And then Jane and Corlia, sadly, were the victims of my reckless fire and corruption escapades. There's one more place I want to show you before we wrap this up. And that is the town hall, because this took me a long time to build. It's not that it's like super complicated or anything, it's just placing all of these roofs and stuff. And people, this is where almost every sim who doesn't have a business of their own comes by, because this is where I keep the employment stuff here. I really like this. I want to make something like this, I think, in Silken Shore as well eventually. At the back there's a bit of a party space for a wedding, if we want to, and just for parties in general. I'm not sure if this is specifically what we want for Silken Shore. I feel like this is a bit too much of an olden-timey vibe for Silken Shore. Because it's a new build, everything's getting built in the modern day in there. That's the plot anyway. You can also kind of see there's the cemetery and the Church of the Watcher. The church is like directly copied over, well, not directly, like this bit isn't, but it's pretty much copied over from Sims Medieval. And we might actually do a similar build also for Silken Shore, but like on the island to the southwest, if we do a monastery in there. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this, and that's been my game update for my private save, I guess. I'll keep chipping at fixing stuff, so maybe you'll get another one at some point. But until then, I have been me, you have been you, and we've been looking around in The Sims 2. Bye!